Protecting minorities government job, India need not to worry about them, Nahid tells BBC Hindi. Dr. Yunus needs to score some quick wins to keep public on his government side, says crisis group. Student Abdullah dies 3 months after being shot in mass uprisings, buried with state honours. Assalamu alaikum. This is Afran Jum welcoming you all to Evening News. You have just heard the Crown Cement headlines. Now let's move on to the details. Advisor Nahid Islam said the minorities in Bangladesh are citizens and it's the government's responsibility to ensure their safety. India does not need to worry about them. The Information and Broadcasting Advisor told BBC Hindi during an interview. He said India should focus on the violence that took place last July-August. Discussions should be focused on the kind of support India can offer to Bangladesh in facing these challenges. Nahid mentioned Indian media has been spreading false information about Bangladesh's interim government. Dhaka wants discussions based on facts and aimed at improved relations, he added. Dhaka would like to know how India views the July-August violence committed by the Awami League. Some countries have shown support for the people of Bangladesh, but India has remained silent. Additionally, India has provided refuge to Sheikh Hasina, who is directly linked to these incidents, Nahid said. With international support, Dr. Mohammad Yunus-led interim government should look to score some quick wins to keep the public on its side, the International Crisis Group said in its report. Holding elections without reforms to put checks and balances on a future government could let another autocratic regime emerge, while a military takeover would be an even bigger setback, it added. An early election would likely bring the BNP to office with few restraints on its power. Given its record, many suspect it would prove little better than the Awami League. The crisis group observed if political and economic conditions were to deteriorate significantly, the army might intervene, beginning a period of military rule, the report read. Quick wins could include steps to address petty corruption in public services, improve electricity supply, and reduce high prices. International actors should work with the interim government to support its ambitious goals and help move Bangladeshi politics into a new era. Though restoration of law and order was very challenging for the post-uprising administration, Home Advisor Jahangir Alam Chaudhary claimed that his ministry has managed such an uphill task almost successfully in 100 days of the interim government. The government has been successful in maintaining law and order nationwide. The current law and order situation in the country is now almost at a satisfactory level due to timely and prudent measures taken by the police administration. But there is a scope to improve the law and order situation further, he said in an interview with the National News Agency. Finance advisor Dr. Salauddin Ahmed has said the government is happy regarding the reform initiatives of the banking sector, although there are constraints. The development partners, like the World Bank and the IMF, are also keeping eyes on the financial, banking and tax revenue sector reforms. The advisor made the comments during an interview with BSS marking the completion of 3 months or 100 days by the interim government. A good number of banks are in bad shape, but due to various reasons like for more liabilities than deposits, and it is very unfortunate, he cited. The body of Abdullah, the student who died after being shot during the anti-discrimination students movement on 5th August, was buried in Benapol of Joshore. Hundreds of people gathered to see Abdullah in Boronchora village when the body reached the village last night. His namaz-e-janaza was held at Benapol Ballfield at 11 a.m. A police team gave him the guard of honor before the funeral, and later Shorsho UNO Rajib Hassan paid tribute to the student of the government Shohid Sohrawardi College. Thousands of people took part in the prayer, following which his body was buried in the family graveyard at his village home. The 23-year-old Abdullah suffered bullet wounds during the mass uprising on 5th August and died at Combined Military Hospital in Dhaka on Thursday. Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami Secretary General Professor Mia Gholam Parwar has said there is no alternative to national unity to get the country rid of fascism. He said in a conference in Bagirhat today.
একটু নতুন বাংলাদেশ বিনির্মাণে আমরা যখন একটি গ্রহণযোগ্য নির্বাচনে জাতীয় ঐক্যের মধ্য দিয়ে হেফাজত রাখার জন্য একটি জাতীয় ঐক্যের মধ্য দিয়ে এমন একটা নির্বাচন হওয়া দরকার আমরা মনে করি, এমন একটি সমঝোতার নির্বাচন হওয়া দরকার যে জনমত এবং ভোটের মধ্য দিয়েই ওই ফ্যাসিবাদী শক্তিকে জনমত থেকে বিচ্ছিন্ন করে দিতে হবে।
Editor Mahmudur Rahman criticizes the interim government for recruiting more advisors from a certain division and cohorts of autocrat Sheikh Hasina. He said this after visiting Shohid Abu Said graveyard in Rangpur today.
উত্তরবঙ্গের রিপ্রেজেন্টেশন নাই, এটা খুব দুর্ভাগ্যজনক। সত্যিকার অর্থে যারা লড়াই করেছে শেখ হাসিনার ফ্যাসিবাদী রাষ্ট্র ব্যবস্থার বিরুদ্ধে, তাদেরই তো প্রতিনিধিত্ব খুবই কম এই উপদেষ্টা পরিষদে, এবং যারা উপদেষ্টা আছেন তাদের মধ্যে অনেকেই বিগত সরকারের সময় তারা তো লড়াই করেন নাই, বরং অনেকে সেই সরকারের সুবিধাভোগীও ছিলেন। ইউনূস সাহেবের এই দিকে নজর দেওয়া উচিত যে যে অভিযোগ উত্থাপিত হচ্ছে যে কোনো একটি বিভাগ থেকে অতিরিক্ত উপদেষ্টা নেওয়া হচ্ছে।
Bangladesh Army has sought support from people to check deception in the name of jute, unused fabric of garment factories business by using the Army's name. In a media release, the Inter-Services Public Relations made the call on Friday. Recently, it has been noticed that some unscrupulous and vested quarters have been using the names of the senior army officials in offering the jute business and carrying out misdeeds in industrial zones which have tarnished the image of the armed force. The army has relentlessly been performing duty to maintain the law and order and ensure a production-friendly environment in the industrial areas, it reads. International news. The left-leaning alliance of Sri Lanka's new leader has secured a landslide victory in the country's snap parliamentary elections. Before ending, let's have a look on the Crown Cement headlines once again. Protecting minorities, government job, India need not to worry about them, Nahid tells BBC Hindi. Dr. Yunus needs to score some quick wins to keep public on his government side, says crisis group. Student Abdullah died 3 months after being shot in mass uprising, buried with state honours. And that's all from the newsroom for now. To know updates, videos of this bulletin, visit our website www.ntvbd.com. Besides, visit our YouTube and verified Facebook page for updates over NTV's all popular programs and bulletins. Our next bulletin, Shondhar Khabor, will be aired in Bangla at 7:30 p.m. Thank you for being with us. Have a good time.